Go ahead. We're live.
It's your show. I thought you were doing the intro. I'm not prepared for this. You didn't tell me to do this. This is Cole's job. Where is he?
He's
What's up,
not here right now.
everybody? Sub Sunday episode
58.
58. It's me and Kelly. If you're out there listening to the sound of my voice, please come in here so I don't have to spend an hour with this guy alone.
Well, oh wow, I can talk. I'm not used to being able to talk with you.
Fuck you.
So, Sub Sunday 58. I could probably be on about 70 right now if I didn't take so many breaks.
Yeah.
But all in all, I'm kind of happy with the way of the show and how it evolved, and all that other stuff. So, yeah. So let's get off with the basic questions. What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Bioshock Infinite. A lot of
Great game.
Yeah, I just started it. I really like it. It's really beautiful.
It is very beautiful.
Um, Battlefield 4. And
Yeah.
that's a good looking game too. I just played through like the first 5 minutes of Witcher 3.
Uh-huh.
Not the Witcher 2.
Okay.
I was playing through the Witcher 3. Um, and then I bought Ori and the Blind Forest. So I'm gonna play through that later.
What is it?
Ori and the Blind Forest. Apparently, it is like the art is super beautiful and it's really sad. I'll link you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Give me a link.
it's
Uh,
it's published by Microsoft. It's a platforming game, and so I guess console exclusive on the Xbox One. But the
okay.
music, it's supposed to have amazing music and amazing like just the story is supposed to be incredible. And it's 20
Oh.
bucks. It's 20 bucks on Steam.
Oh, hell yeah. It's one of those side-scrolling. It's a side-scrolling platformer.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love games like
And
this.
apparently it's like brutal. Like the first few levels to set up the story, it's pretty easy, but then they just don't forgive you at all. It's just you make a mistake and they're gonna like fuck you up for it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I've been playing. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, and a lot of Team Fortress and Counter Strike.
I still can't get into Team Fortress or Counter-Strike. I love Team Fortress, don't get me wrong. But even then, that kind of gets on my nerves after a little while.
Oh.
But, I honestly have no clue what I've been playing this week.
I watched you play Star Wars.
Did I do Force Unleashed this week?
I think.
Or was that last week?
Well, since last Sub Sunday.
Let's see.
Um,
Angry Jedi Time. I
you
did
played
Star Wars.
Sniper?
Oh, that's right. I did play. I played Sniper Elite, Zombie Army Trilogy, which was fantastic.
Oh, I also played a lot of Payday because it was free this weekend, and then I bought it. Payday's
Yeah.
awesome.
Payday is very fun.
Payday 2.
And I also played Transistor.
Yeah, I watched it.
Transistor was a great game. If anybody hasn't picked it up, it was free last month on the PSN, and it's well worth a play. I got 5 hours out of it, so it's well worth it.
Um, yeah, Transistor was fun. I didn't finish it though. My PSN ran up, and they took it away from me.
Really?
Yeah, and I haven't
That's a
renewed it
shame.
yet because I haven't. There's nothing to play on the PlayStation for PlayStation Plus right now.
Well, I don't even know what is on the PlayStation Plus right now.
This month it was Valiant Hearts
Oh, Valiant Hearts and the remake of Oddworld.
and Spy Counter Spy.
Counter Spy. What the heck
The
is
Spy.
Counter Spy?
It's a side-scrolling like imagine what is that game? Black Tom Clancy game, Splinter Cell. Imagine Splinter Cell, but it's 100% side-scrolling, and it's like a cartoony art style.
Really?
Yeah, it
That'd
wasn't
be
that fun.
interesting.
It was all right. I got bored quickly with it though. I
Huh.
got like maybe 50% through the game, and then I was like, this is getting repetitive, and the story was kind of not that good to keep me interested in it.
Okay. Fascinating. So Transistor is a very, very trying trying to explain how to play this. It's very stylized. The music is very beautiful. It is a very chill game, except for when you're in combat. The story is given to you over, you know, the advance of the game. It's not set up and then developed. It's just you're thrown into the world and then you develop the story, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, for some things that works. Um, it's a beautiful game though. I got maybe about 4.5, 5 hours out of it. So, and then Zombie Army Trilogy. If you guys haven't picked it up for PC, go ahead and pick it up. It's well worth it. Or if you haven't picked it up for PS4 or Xbox One, get them. They're fun to play. They really are, especially if you like the Sniper Elite games.
It looked fun playing it, but I don't know if I would get any enjoyment out of. I don't know how much I could play it.
It's one of those games that if you play by yourself, it's fine for a little bit, but it's more fun with more people. If you can get 4 people in it, it is a lot better.
I bought Blood Dragon, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Yes.
I didn't even play it because I couldn't get Uplay to work. I was like, fuck this guy. I was like, I don't even care that much. It was $2. I don't care enough to try to get you to work. Like,
Blood Dragon is amazing though.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of those games I actually kind of want to replay. If you know, if as long as
suffer through getting Uplay to work.
Yeah. Uplay is trash anyways. I don't get how they
How they can mess it up so badly.
Yes. Whenever honestly, they just need to give it up and let Steam handle it all. Give us Steam codes and be done with it, because this whole crap with Uplay and Origins and all this crap just needs to stop. It needs to stop like now, because it's getting ridiculous and it's annoying as shit, because it's like, oh great, I want to play this game, instead of being able to just do this, I have to load up an entirely different program, go through a pain in the ass of trying to update a game, because Uplay's updater barely friggin' works half the time, and go from there.
And with what is it called, Origins, for trying to play Battlefield, I have to open up Origins, click play on Battlefield, then go into my web browser to launch the game to find the server browser. Like, that's the dumbest thing in the world, to have the server browser and a website.
Yeah, the Battlefield crap on Origins is insane. It's like, why do I have to log into a website? I agree with you 100%.
And Origins also doesn't do the $50 new game like Steam does. Instead of $60 that you would get paid for a console game, Origin just does the paying $60. Like, a new game on Steam is always $50, I think.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, most of the time. Origin is always $60.
That's because they want to make that money off of the digital front.
It's 100% profit. Well, not 100%, but you get what I mean. There's no discs and anything like that.
There's no real deficit for it. You just earn, $40 is $40 online.
Oh,
because digital codes don't cost much.
Yeah, your boy GameStop was in the news again, getting some hate.
And what happened there now?
That they destroy used games they like cut them up and just like break them in half, and then people are like, the biggest gaming game retailer in the world, and you can't donate them to charity.
Yeah, they don't care.
Like hospitals with kids and stuff like that.
They don't care. They could give a flying shit less about those games, because if they can't turn it into a profit, they don't care.
Have you ever heard of the TV show Shark Tank?
Yes.
The son of the two sons of the founder of the founder of GameStop, his two sons went on that show to get investments, and they had a water filtration device.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah. So
I don't
it
even.
looks but they see they're the opposite of GameStop apparently because they were like donating a bunch of it to villages because apparently it's like crazy. It works crazy well.
Really?
Yeah,
So they weren't hoarding it. They were just donating it so people could use
yeah,
it.
like huge like gallon pitchers that you just scoop up any water and it comes out clean.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
really this like they had a demo where they just took like soil, put it
Hmm.
in there, and then put water, and then like shaked it around. And it was black, and then when they poured it out, it came out clear.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Actually,
and it's a reusable filter. You just have to clean the filter, but I guess you would have to clean it with clean water. So
use
there's
the
that.
filter the water to clean it.
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
You want to talk about the $10,000 Apple Watch?
No, but what is it?
It's a tenth. I forgot the carat gold, but it's solid gold, 10K Apple Watch. I think it's. I find the article. But yeah, people have apparently this has like gotten a lot of sales too, a lot of pre-orders. Here's an article. What's the best investment? A 10K Apple Watch or Rolex?
Rolex.
What's going on?
Up, Crude. How are you doing? Or Spencer,
Good.
actually, I should say.
Either one.
Yeah.
Oh, I just woke up.
It's 18-hour battery life on this $10,000 Apple Watch.
Let's check this crap out here.
$10,000?
Yep.
$10,000 Apple
And
Watch.
I think the Apple Watch starts at 350. I think like the simplest edition you can get starts at 350.
I got hold on. I got this one right here. The Samsung Gear S. My girlfriend got me this one.
I'm thinking about getting the Moto 360, the circle one.
I like this one because it looks like my phone. Like it's the same basic shape as my phone.
Yeah, I have a Samsung phone too.
And I don't know. I like Samsung products. So. Is that an e-cig, Kelly?
It just looked like you tased somebody. You got a lightsaber?
You should be ashamed of yourself for not knowing what this is.
It was moving around. I didn't know what it was.
Shame on you. It's the 12th Doctor's sonic screwdriver.
Yeah.
I
I used to watch Doctor Who. I haven't seen the latest season.
It's really friggin' phenomenal. That's Spencer, the guy in the middle of Spencer. The Crude Network.
All right, Spencer, how you doing?
Good, man.
Show's been starting off a little slow today. I blame Jordan for not talking.
Okay. Okay. So, there's Spider-Man and the Avengers 2.
Yes.
That they like filmed more footage, and that they apparently Marvel was trying to buy the rights to I forget whose Spider-Man's for, but they weren't able to get it.
From what I understand, they were trying to buy Spider-Man back from Sony.
They did.
They did. Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
they
he's
didn't.
gonna-
They didn't buy it back. They like
Sony got a great deal out of that.
Sony.
too.
Well, Sony still owns Spider-Man, from my understanding. It's just they basically share the license now. So
Yeah.
like
Sony owns Spider-Man, but Marvel will control Spider-Man for the Avengers and all upcoming movies.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. See,
Which-
that's not bad.
And then Sony still gets part of the profit too.
You know what pains my soul is, I know Stan Lee is probably laughing his ass to the bank. I don't blame him. He is a rich, wealthy old man. But I wonder how he feels about these people fighting over his character. Because Stan Lee created Spider-Man, and he'll tell you that, Spider-Man was his character. He loves Iron Man and all the other ones as much, but Spider-Man is his. And there's just like this huge debate over it. Now they're also talking about making Donald Glover or Spider-Man.
They've been talking about that for a while now.
My issue is if they're gonna do a black Spider-Man, do it Miles Morales.
Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one I think they would do.
Yeah, don't do Peter Parker black.
No.
No, that wouldn't make any sense. It's like at the end of the most recent Batman movie where the guy's name was Robin. Like there was never a Robin whose actual name was Robin, you know? So I was just kind of like, oh.
Well, those Christopher Nolan movies were garbage, anyways.
Blasphemy.
His name was Richard Grayson.
Yeah.
So with Spider-Man and Marvel, there's a standalone Spider-Man movie produced by Marvel coming out in 2017, and then Spider-Man will be in Captain America: Civil War, and then he'll be in Infinity Wars Part 1 and 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm glad
and
that they're doing that.
the thing that he might be in the new Avengers, the Avengers 2, is because they filmed additional footage and they didn't say what it was for. So what they think is, basically what people think is one of the heroes will be in trouble, like Black Widow or Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
Will look like they're about to die, and then Spider-Man comes in to save them at the end of the battle, like the final battle in Avengers.
Falls off a building and Spider-Man comes in.
Yeah.
See, and I would like to see Miles Morales instead of Peter Parker in these movies. Don't get me wrong, I love Peter, but Miles doesn't get enough love. And since the movies are widely based off of the Ultimate series, the Ultimate Universe, where Miles is Spider-Man in the Ultimate universe because Peter's dead. Oh yeah, I don't know if any spoiler alert, folks. In the Ultimate Universe, even though this has been like about 2 years, Peter Parker was beat to death by a couple of the villains, and his identity was known throughout everybody, and they have Peter Parker memorials and everything. You know, the people wear the Spider-Man symbol around their neck as necklace in honor of him. And initially, Miles wore Peter's outfit. People would get pissed at him about it, and they eventually gave him a different looking outfit, and he got a hold of a couple of Peter's web shooters. Now here's the thing about Miles. Miles was bitten by a different spider, so he has a lot of the same abilities as Peter, and then a couple extra ones. Like he can cloak himself. If he holds still, he can turn invisible. And he has a thing called Venom Strike, where if he touches you with his 2 fingers, you'll become paralyzed.
I'll tell you this though. They'll probably I would see them doing a Peter Parker because he's the more mainstream Spider-Man. You know, like more people know who Peter Parker is. I don't know.
Well, I don't think Marvel cares anymore because no one knew Guardians of the Galaxy. They had barely people knew who Iron Man was.
That's true. And they're making an Ant-Man. So there's that.
No one knew who Black Widow and Hawkeye were before the Avengers. So I don't think they have like obscure characters. But yeah, 2017, the Spectacular Spider-Man comes out.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with it.
But Spider-Gwen has the best costume out of any Spider-Man. Her costume is so badass.
Spider-Gwen?
Yeah.
That is
interesting.
Cool.
That is pretty cool.
Have you read? It came out I think last month. But the last episode of Spider-Verse, I died. I only read that one episode, that one issue, and I died laughing when Uncle Ben, Spider-Ben, came out of nowhere. I was like,
oh dear God!
Ben's fat, flabby self flying in. I'm like, this is so ridiculous.
That's pretty awesome, actually.
I think the superhero movie that I'm most excited for, that's coming up in recent or soon, is the Deadpool movie. I think if they do that one right, that should be sick.
They are. Ryan Reynolds says if it's not being done to the comics, like the comics, he's not doing it, and he would fight it.
Yeah.
The entire way. If a Deadpool crap movie was made, he would fight it. Because he's like, if we're gonna do Deadpool, we got to do it right.
His first appearance as Deadpool was awful. It was terrible. Where he was Weapon X or whatever.
No. His first appearance as Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
Was fantastic.
Yeah.
The Weapon X crap that you saw at the end of that movie wasn't even Ryan Reynolds. That was a completely different actor.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he didn't even do that. He was there for like all the flashbacks and all the the backstory stuff, and that's it.
That was terrible, though.
That was. What I like about Deadpool is he blatantly will tell you that he's a complete and utter ripoff of Deathstroke from the DC universe.
Well, he's also the only self-aware comic book character out of all of them, you know?
Yep. He breaks the fourth wall all the time. He argues with the word bubbles, not the word bubbles, the internal dialogue bubbles.
Yep.
He'll argue with those, which is great.
What is it
Which is
called?
great.
I think Ryan Reynolds does an amazing job as Green Lantern.
I
didn't
liked
look
the
at
Green
Green
Lantern
Lantern.
movie. I liked it. A lot of people didn't, but I
No.
actually really liked it.
I didn't like it at all. I thought it was so cheesy. I don't know. That's just me, but like I don't know, man. I think I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he's a really good actor and he's funny, you know. But Green Lantern was not my cup of tea.
Okay, apparently he's not coming back for Green Lantern 2, which sucks. But they're talking about, instead of following Hal, they're talking about doing John as for the next Green Lantern movie, which should be interesting. Eventually they're going to do a Black Panther movie for the DC universe, which should be
They are, yeah. I think they're actually. From what I heard,
Isn't Black Panther Marvel?
Yes.
from what I heard, they're like planning on using. What's his name? It was the guy that was in the most recent live-action Halo series as Black Panther. I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was he was the guy who played Jesse, the first black baseball player.
Jesse Robbins.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
whoever-
was.
Robbins.
I don't know. Let me
Yeah,
Not
whoever
Jesse
played
Robbins. Well, Jackie Robbins. Wow.
Jackie. Yeah. Apparently, it's whoever played Jackie Robbins in 42. And then he was in Draft Day as some football player.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It was him.
Yeah. They moved back Black Panther because of Spider-Man. Spider-Man's getting Black Panther's spot. Which doesn't
2000,
make sense because Black Panthers is in Civil War, but I don't know how that's going to work out.
2018.
Wow, such hate for going to do my own show.
What are you talking about?
Got a rude ass comment in the comment section.
You're such a douchebag, though. Stream's laggy as fuck, too.
I know, right? Apparently, Jordy was having problems with his stream, and he was asking for me, but I had him muted to start this up.
Aren't you supposed to be working right now, Kelly?
But it's all right. No big deal.
Let's
He got it working. He's a big boy. He can figure them out.
talk. You want to talk about Eddie Murphy in the Richard Pryor movie?
So, what is he going to play, Richard Pryor, or
No,
what's
he's
the
playing
deal?
Richard Pryor's dad.
Ooh,
And Oprah Winfrey is playing Richard Pryor's grandmother.
which is hilarious because Richard Pryor's grandmother ran a whorehouse. Yeah, she was a mistress.
Yeah, but Richard Pryor was always the first one to make fun of his own life. You know, that's one of the reasons why he was so funny.
Well, I mean, that's honestly a lot of the funniest comedians out there are the ones that make fun of their own life.
A lot of the yeah.
Christopher Titus, a lot of his stuff is talking about his life. You know, one of my favorite stand-ups he does is Love Is Evil, and it's talking about his divorce from his wife and meeting his girlfriend, and all this stuff. And the entire time you're dying, but he's saying such great stuff that it makes you like go, "Oh my God, this guy's a genius." And he says, you know, like, don't get me wrong, I want to hear your pain, but put it in joke form.
Because then it becomes comedy and not just bitching.
Exactly. Talks about his mother. His mother was in and out of an insane asylum his entire life. And he's like, you know, my mother was a Batman villain. One week she was here, one week she was there, you know. She would show up to the PTA meetings in go-go boots and nothing else. Stuff like that. I mean, she was... And he talks about, you know, it's like maybe if the... Because he was talking about, you know, she was crazy and he was ended up going to be crazy because it was genetic. And he's like, maybe if the San whatever State Mental Institute had an open mic night, my mom would be here up on stage talking to you guys about her life, and I would be her heroin addicted son, you know. but we can only hope. Or she would have killed everybody with a high caliber rifle.
I think some of the greatest comedians are like the most depressed. You know what I mean? Because that's how they get it out. You know,
Yeah, it's therapy. I mean, you know,
like
we
Bo
laugh.
Burnham.
Exactly.
I feel
We
like Bo
laugh at
Burnham's
them,
depressed.
but it comes to the fact that it's their therapy, man. They're getting paid to bitch about their life, but they make it funny.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of it?
Um,
So, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard Pryor playing, or Eddie Murphy playing Richard Pryor's dad. Who's playing Richard Pryor? Do we know who?
Yeah, it's I forgot his name. He doesn't look like he's a weird choice.
Okay. Is it Mike Epps?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I don't really like Mike Epps that much.
I mean, he's a good comedian, but I don't know. I don't see how I feel about him being Richard Pryor. You know.
People said they should have got Chris Rock. Chris Rock or Eddie Murphy to play Richard Pryor.
I think Eddie Murphy would have been a better Richard Pryor. You know, like
Problem is Eddie Murphy is just about the same age as Richard Pryor now,
yeah.
and I think they were looking for a younger Richard Pryor at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, he is still a genius. Like, has anybody besides me seen Blazing Saddles by Mel Brooks?
I think I have.
It's look it up, Jordan. Seriously, you'll want to watch it. If any of the viewers have not seen Blazing Saddles, look it up, because this movie would have never been made today because somebody would have complained about the racism, just the sheer bad jokes in this movie, and it's not like, you know, white people hating black people. It is hating everybody. Nobody is spared in this movie at all, ever. But originally, Mel Brooks wanted Pryor to play Black Bart in the movie, the sheriff, and he turned it down. And he's like, "No, no, but I want to help you write it." So Pryor wrote probably one of the best characters in the movie, and it's a big guy named Mongo. And they unleash Mongo onto the city to take out Black Bart, and he knocks a horse out. Okay, he walks into town, people scare him, and he stops right in front of a horse, and he punches the horse and knocks the horse out. It's like, what? It's great 70s, 80s comedy, you know? And he walks in, and they end up blowing him up with a candygram. As a matter of fact, Mel Brooks created the candygram. You know those Looney Tune things that we also used to laugh at? Candygram from Mongo. That joke, Mel Brooks invented it.
Mel Brooks was a genius of his time.
He still is a genius. That's the scary part. If there wasn't so much political correctness bullshit in movies today, he would still be making great movies that we would die laughing to. And at one point, Mongo's chained up to the cell with chains, and he wakes him up, and he looks at Bart and says, "Mongo, just pawn in game of life." And that's the most profound thing said in the entire movie. And it's said by the dumbest character in the movie. But it was an amazing movie. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. You're doing yourself a disservice by not watching it.
What's your favorite Mel Brooks movie, Kelly?
Oh, History of Our World Part 1.
Really?
Yes. I am armed with biggest jointus.
I think mine would have to be Spaceballs. I love Spaceballs, man.
You need to go back and you need to watch some of his older ones, Spencer.
His older ones, I was a sperm at that point. Like Spaceballs is the closest to my generation as possible, I guess.
It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. You gotta go back and you gotta watch some of those.
Young Frankenstein was good too. I did see that one. That was a good one.
Go back and watch them all. Just start from like History of Our World Part 1 and work your way up, because it is so worth watching them. So, let's see. Mortal Kombat 10, new characters. What do we got?
Jason Voorhees is the new character. There's a list. I should have had the article. Yeah, but you get Fucking IGN with their videos. There's one on the list.
You get Aaron Black, Sindel, Cabal, Cyrex, Smoke, Rain, Striker, Nightwolf, and Fujin. Announced fighters were Sonya. Oh, those were all the rumored fighters. Everything up to Fujin are all rumored. Announced fighters are Sonya, Johnny Cage, Jason, Katana, Jax, Chinook, Kung Jin, Takashi Takeda, Jacqueline Briggs, Goro, Milena, Ermac, or Sperm Sack as I used to call him, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Cassie Cage, excuse me, Devore, Kotal Khan, Ferreira and Tor, Raiden, Kano, Reptile, Kenshi, Kung Lao, and Quan Chi. Kung Lao looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat should be fun.
It's probably just gonna play like Injustice, which is gonna suck if it does.
Mortal Kombat was probably, if I remember correctly, I think the first video game I ever played. I played, and I was on the Sega Saturn, so.
Speaking of first video games we ever played, there's rumors that at E3, EA is going to announce a remastered version for PC and PlayStation 4 of the first SSX. And I would be so hyped. See, that game, I put so much time into that game.
The hell is SSX?
It's a snowboarding game.
It's a snowboarding game, yeah.
And it's the greatest snowboarding game ever made.
I think I played that for a whole 5.5 minutes.
Really?
Good. Yeah.
It's one of the best games for the PlayStation 2 as well.
I spent most of my childhood playing growing up, I guess like Munch's Odyssey was always one of my favorites. Fusion Frenzy, that was another one that I played like all day long with my friends. I played like those games that came with your Xbox, you know, when you first got the original Xbox, because I didn't have enough money to get any other games, so I just played those for like 3 years. But
nothing wrong with that.
The first video game I got to play when the PlayStation 2 came out, my uncle gave me his PlayStation 1. So he handed me a bunch of games, and the first game I put in was Tarzan, and I played that game so much.
When I got
beat that game so many times.
When I got my PlayStation, I was a little kid, and I opened it up, and if you open up the disc tray for the PlayStation, the original PlayStation 1, inside there's the disc reader, there's a little laser thing that reads the disc, and underneath it is a little orange tab thing. I still don't know what it is to this day. And I thought that someone put you remember those old Sunny Delight bottles where you like peel it off and then you can open it up? I thought someone put one of those inside my PlayStation, so what do? I reach inside of the crack and I just rip out that little plastic thing and broke my PlayStation like the third week I had it. So that was my history with PlayStation.
Nice.
But yeah, I really hope SSX is a remake. Oh, I would play that so much.
Ooh. This looks potential. AMC is looking at picking up some a lot of comic books of lately, as they've had huge success with Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, there's going to be beginning of next year or end of this year, there's going to be an offshoot season series of Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's called Cobalt.
Oh, they've already named it?
Yeah.
Interesting. It's supposed to take place on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also looking at ordered a pilot for Preacher. I don't know if anybody has ever read the comic book The Preacher, but it is pretty damn fantastic.
Yep.
And they're looking at, where the hell is he? The guy who played Howard Stark in the Captain America movies.
Oh, okay.
Yep. To play the Preacher, and honestly, I can see it. I can see it. He looks a lot like him.
So, speaking of AMC, did you guys watch Breaking Bad? I assume because everyone did, or
Yeah.
have you guys seen Better Call Saul yet, or
I'm
No,
waiting for it to finish and then I'll watch it.
you gonna binge it?
Yeah,
You're gonna binge it that way.
I'll finish season. I'll wait for season 1 to finish and then I'll do that. I just do that with every season. I don't have the patience to watch week for week.
I don't know if anybody. I haven't. I actually watched the first episode of Breaking Bad and the last episode, and after that, I just didn't care.
That's disgusting.
You watched the first and last? That's like reading the front book cover and the back book cover and thinking you read the book.
First episode tells you exactly how the series is going to end.
Oh,
He's going to die.
oh.
Last episode, he dies. That's all I cared about.
That's terrible. It's not that he dies. It's
It's the Avenger. I know.
He
it's
didn't
the
die.
ride.
Though. Didn't you see the real ending? He dies and then he wakes up out of his dream next to his wife from Malcolm in the Middle, and she calms him down.
and
It was all a
walks
dream.
Frankie Muniz going, "What are you doing, Dad?"
Yeah, it was all a dream.
That's okay. What is his name? What is the actor's name?
Frankie Muniz.
No, the
No.
Bryan
dad.
Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Bryan Cranston? Cranston, excuse me. Power Rangers, the original Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers from
Yeah, he was a
1993. He voiced a lot of the villains. He was also such good friends with a lot of the art directors and the writers that Billy, the Blue Ranger, his last name is Cranston. Cranston. After Walter.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Have you guys seen the medicine? I can't remember what it is. It's an insurance commercial, and the lady walks up to the pharmacy, and he pops up in his full, Tyvek suit, and Walter, and he's looking at her going, "You're not, Phil." And it's like, "I'm not quite Phil." And she's like, "What's your name?" And he's like, And he comes up with some blue pills in a bottle and sets it down on the counters. That's not my medicine. And I said, it's kind of your medicine. Take it. No. Take it. No. Take it. Now. Take it. Fine.
And I know, I would assume that, I've never done meth, but I would assume that, while that show was out, meth sales probably went through the roof. Like, people were like, they're like, "Where's that blue stuff?"
Where's that blue stuff? And there's some guy in a kitchen somewhere doing like, "Where's that blue food dye, man? Where's that blue food dye? Go make some money off of this."
Speaking of which, I saw something interesting. Let's see if I can find it. Apparently, a meth lab was found in an Indiana Walmart restaurant.
Walmart restaurant. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I want to know how the hell they set that up.
A complete meth lab was discovered in a bathroom. How often? I guess. When's the last time you used a Walmart bathroom? I don't know.
Last time I went to a Walmart bathroom, someone took a poop on the toilet seat.
See, yeah, that's why I don't go in there.
Poop in the toilet seat. I walked right back out. There was an employee there, and I was like, and I just walked out, and he was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
If you would have gone to the next stall, you would have saw a meth lab. So.
Exactly. Exactly. They're cooking up the brown meth. That is crazy. How the hell did they get away with that? That is what I want to know.
What if they got everything? I'm pretty sure the Walmart probably supplied everything.
Oh, most likely it did.
They probably just brought the stuff in the bathroom.
Yeah, they walked in, started
They
cooking.
grabbed a shopping cart, went to the school section and loaded up with a bunch of beakers and stuff, and then walked right in the bathroom.
I see too.
Go
ahead.
Kelly's favorite subject. Are we going to keep on with the meth lab, or?
No, it's up to you guys.
We can talk about. There's 2 new Star Wars movies announced.
Yeah, I know. Star Wars 8 and Rogue Squadron.
Yeah, Rogue Squadron's going to be directed by the same guy who directed Godzilla, and then Felicity Jones. She was the main girl in The Theory of Everything. Is she starring in it?
Let's see how the first one is first before I even think about seeing the other ones, because the newest Star Wars, except for episode 3. Episode 3 was okay, I guess, but the newest ones were all trash. The second one had, like, Star Wars Episode 2, I don't even remember the storyline of that one. Star Wars Episode 1, the only thing I remember is Jar Jar Binks, and that was terrible. And the only thing that was cool about Episode 3 was seeing, Anakin become Darth Vader. That was, spoiler alert, Anakin's Darth Vader, but that's the only...
If you don't know that now, you need to just go ahead and lay down somewhere and never move again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Rogue Squadron comes out 2015. No, it doesn't. It comes out next year, 2016.
I don't know.
Episode
It's
8
going
comes
to
out
be
in 2017.
I think that no matter how good this next Star Wars movie is, people are gonna rage against it because Star Wars fans are so bitter from the previous movies and they're such hardcore fans that it doesn't matter what you put out there, people are gonna hate it. Like people freaked out about the lightsaber having hilts on the side. It's such a little thing, but everyone was always like,
there's an explanation for that. I am 100% sure.
There already is an explanation. The Sith use corrupt crystals, therefore they have to have different lightsaber hilts. There is an explanation, but people just see something different and now it's wrong. So whatever, I'm a nerd. I don't care.
I saw people try to do. The favorite thing in the comment section has been people try to pick it apart, but then they pick it apart and they're wrong. Like the satellite dish on the Millennium Falcon, that it has a different one than originally, and they're like, why is the satellite dish not the same? And I'm like, well, because it got knocked off in the last movie.
Yeah.
Episode 6, it got knocked off, so obviously it's going to be you think they went back through space to look for it?
Probably. No.
All right, Lando, you fucked up. Go find it now.
Yeah, obviously, it's a new one.
It got ripped off inside of the Death Star that was blown up, folks. It ain't coming back.
Oh, and then in September of this year, Shattered Empire comes out, the new comic series to bridge the gap between Force Unleashed and Episode 6.
I thought you said Force Unleashed wasn't canon anymore.
Not Force Unleashed, Force Awakens.
No.
Oh. Okay, I was all excited. I'm like, what, they kept Unleashed canon? Awesome!
Yeah.
But
Force Awakens in Episode 6, so that will bridge the gap. Oh, and then last week, Princess Leia's comic came out. I didn't read it because fuck Princess Leia. But
I wouldn't mind if she was still the same age as she was when she played Princess Leia.
Did you see her? She had a stand-up. She had a stand-up recently. On I think it was HBO.
Really, Carrie Fisher?
Yeah, Carrie Fisher had her own stand-up, and she was pretty good. She talked about drug addiction and stuff like that. But yeah, those people who starred in the Star Wars films got really ripped off. Like Carrie Fisher, really the only one that became really, Mark Hamill, that's his name, right? Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. He has the voice of the Joker and all that good stuff, but the only one who became an actual movie star was Harrison Ford.
That's because he went on to do Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones is what made him take off.
And it's funny, if you look at Star Wars, you can tell that George Lucas wasn't planning on making a second one.
The first movie, if the idea was they set up the first movie to be a standalone just in case it failed.
Yep, that's why Princess Leia and Luke had a little kissing scene.
And then they were brother and sisters.
And then she looks at him. She looks at him and goes, "Well, I think I've known all along." It's like, well, then why did you kiss me? I didn't know. You kissed me.
If there's any hint that a girl is my sister, we're not kissing. If I even suspect even a little bit.
And how many encounters have you had that happen to you, Jordan? I'm kind of curious.
Well,
Do you frequently attempt to make out with your sister?
I actually have a funny story about making out with my sister.
Have you seen my sister? She's pretty good looking, so
I have a friend, and his sister posted a Facebook picture, and her cleavage was out, but it wasn't like too much. It was just a little bit, and I cropped out her head, and I sent it to my friend, and I said, "So, what do you think of this girl?" And he was like, "Oh, she's not bad, bro." And I was like, "That's your sister." And he was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, yeah, you just had thoughts about your sister.
He's like mid-fat while he's reading that message.
Yeah. Oh God.
That's your sister. Ah, crap. Oh well.
What if he replied I know?
I had a feeling.
More pics. I got more.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something. I forgot. I'm gonna look up some fucked up Olympic training.
I saw those pictures, and those poor little kids, man.
I gotta relink it for Spencer because he wasn't here when I linked it.
Those guys are getting racked and stretched, and just that's horrible.
Flexi though.
Heck yeah.
Send a few of our girls over there. You know what I mean?
What are these pictures?
Olympic training.
You want to be the best, you gotta beat the best, you know.
How to be the very best.
See, this is one of those things where you know they have to be orphans because Kelly, if you sent your daughter to like gymnastics and you come in like a little early and there's like some grown man like pushing her legs like backwards like so they like pop out the joints, you would be like there's nobody who would just let that happen. No one would just let that happen.
That's probably some of those people are their parents probably.
I was just thinking that they all had to be orphans because it doesn't seem like that would be.
It's a different culture over there, you know. They have a different work ethic, you know. It's not like that hurts, stop. It's like that hurts, do it until it doesn't.
Yep.
No pain, no gain, I guess.
No pain, no gain. So here we go. As much as I hate bringing this up, I'm kind of curious. Justin fucking Bieber.
Mm-hmm.
Got roasted, apparently.
Yeah.
A nervous Justin Bieber continues apology tour at Roast. So what happened? Did he somebody finally punch him in the stomach and eject his head from his ass?
No. Apparently he just him, his usher, his manager, and his mom had a talk and convinced him that he lost his mind, that he needs to calm down, and then he's started apologizing on a bunch of talk shows, and then he finished it with a roast.
We still need to deport his ass back to Canada. Oh my god. But it's I'm glad, I'm kind of glad he got his head out of his ass.
Yeah.
That's
now
a good thing.
He said that he doesn't want to do music anymore, so he wants to buy a house in Florida and open a tattoo shop.
He has big aspirations.
Well,
how much bigger can he get?
Yeah, I do have to say how much bigger can he get?
How much higher do you want him to shoot? He is Justin Bieber. How much higher do you want him to shoot?
I want him to shoot for the sun until he gets too close.
He passed the sun. He passed the sun and did 3 laps. He's done.
How about shoot for his head, maybe?
I used to hate Justin Bieber because I was jealous of his success when I was younger. And then I started to be like, you know what? Good for him. He seems like a really nice kid. He's making good money. Good for him. He worked for it. And then he turned into an asshole, and I was like, you know what? I hate him again. Look at that. Just like that.
I never hated him. I thought I kind of didn't like his music at first, but then his newer music I like. And then when he turned into an asshole, I was like, if you gave me $250 million, I'd be a bigger asshole than him.
I don't know, man. If I got 200...
cop, at least he pulls over when the cops stop him. I would have took off. You're not catching me in a Lambo. I can afford bail money.
I'm gonna be honest with you. If I had that much money, I wouldn't be a complete asshole like that.
I don't think he's a complete asshole. I think he's just he's not pushing little kids down. He's not robbing. He's not stealing. He's just sort of partying, and it's just public. He's not like that. He's not that crazy.
He's making himself look like an ass in public.
He was spitting on his fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, he did pee in a bucket and then say "fuck Bill Clinton." That's the thing.
Yeah. Who cares?
Oh, he apologized to Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton had tweeted "I accept your apology." It was the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I don't know, man. Justin Bieber, I'm not first off, if I had $250 million, I wouldn't be an asshole. I'd be that guy that tips $1,000 when I go out to eat, or something like that,
He does. He's always at he's always taking pictures at he's not taking pictures being taken of him at charities. He went to Brazil where he did sleep with a bunch of hookers, but he was also building houses with Habitat for Humanity. So he sort of evened it out. That trip to Brazil evened out with the hookers and Habitat for Humanity.
There's nothing wrong with sleeping with hookers. First off, okay, girls.
It's supporting the economy.
Exactly. It's the oldest profession.
It
So-
It
evened
really
out.
is. It is really is one of the oldest professions, isn't it?
Hmm.
And you know what? Like the women that like are prostitutes in these like I mean Brazil's not a third world country. I mean I guess maybe some parts of it could be considered that, but like
It's
you know
borderline. It's almost
they,
there.
they have to make a living too, and why not?
Yeah.
Let's
Problem
see.
with prostitution is like some of the girls don't really want to be there and they don't really have a choice.
Yeah, that's the only bad part I see. Everything else is good.
Let's see. Let's look this up. Let's see what actually they deemed the oldest profession in the world is.
Probably like wood chopper.
Hunter.
I think it's called the oldest profession because even now, like a hunter profession it's no longer useful.
Yeah.
But prostitutes
today's-
always useful.
Absolutely.
There was one-
Trading
I don't
trading
rem-
for sexual favors is a fantastic
I
position.
I think Jordy said this on a stream once, but he always thought that women should have been the hunters and gatherers because they'd be able to carry more, and because guys had the like genitals were hanging on the outside, so it's easier for those to get like hurt. So the women should have been the hunter gatherers, and I'm almost positive he was insinuating that the vagina should be used as a pouch to hold like berries and stuff.
In some species the woman is the hunter, like lions.
Yeah.
Hmm. The man is
Agreed.
just there to keep all other potential mates away. It kills other male lions that come towards it, try to take its pride.
I'd take that job.
What a pride!
Sure. I'd be king.
Did you know that like this is weird, but like lions, most of like the sex that lions have is rape. They actually have like barbs on the end of their penis that like hook into the lioness's vagina so that they cannot get away, because I guess lionesses they don't
Lion
like that
tigers
stuff.
Aren't they not down?
They're not down.
So you just have to think about this. So for lions, like I don't know anything about evolution, but like they would have had to been like two lions would have like team up to breed until one of them was like, bro, there's a hook on my dick. I don't need you. So I'm just assuming
funny.
that's how it works.
Okay, so a painting bought at 50 cents in India going up for auction. Apparently there's this really nifty little painting of a bunch of guys standing there in front of a pool table, and the guy paid 50 cents, and apparently it's worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
Does it say who it's by?
Mm-mm.
I've always like appreciated art, but like I don't understand what makes it like a shitty painting like this worth so much money. I'm sorry, but it's beat up. It like my girlfriend could paint this. I don't know. Like modern art, I don't understand modern art at all. Like where it's just like shapes and like colors and stuff. Like
Oh god, I don't even want to. Modern art. Somebody can bend a couple fucking things and say it's modern art. Oh
someone
look,
could sneeze and like modern art.
look, modern art.
Yeah.
I took an art class and we had to go to an art gallery and I saw some real pieces of crap that I'm just like, this is awful. This is literally like you literally painted a square in the middle of this box, like on a giant wall. There's a red square there. How long did it take you to come up with that? But then I've seen other things made from tires and forks, and it was so amazing. It was like an entire city, like a floating city made from tires and forks. I assume it was a floating city because it was on a clear base, like sticking off the ground. It
Hmm.
was so cool looking. I'm like, I would pay. That's worth the $10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Kelly, I think you should get into art.
Probably not.
Do
I'd
some
get annoyed
donation
with-
stream for painting supplies. Do a painting stream where you just
Hey, so hold on. How much do you guys think that this painting is worth? If you had to guess. And for those of you who can't see it, which is everyone who's watching, it's literally just squares
Oh, this is
On a-
probably like
on a-
$10,000-$20,000.
on a piece of paper. It is actually. Well, what's your guess?
I'm gonna go with 35.
$35 or 35,000? 35,000. It's $67 million.
Jesus Christ!
$67 million.
He got paid. Jesus.
Why didn't I think of that first?
Yeah.
Did you see the highest paid highest paid artist is he hasn't even sold any paintings. He's the highest paid artist because he painted the Facebook logo on Facebook's
Wow.
office when they didn't have money to pay him. So they said, "Can we give you stock?" And he said, "Sure."
What?
And that paid off.
Oh my gosh!
Good for him.
Yeah. No, I think it was going to be $500 or you could take stock, and he took the stock before they went public.
That's
That
what I
was
would have done.
brilliant.
Facebook. Yeah.
That's what I would have done.
That's brilliant, right
And
there. He is set for life.
He probably was like, "This took me an afternoon. I just give me the stock. Why not?" And then like, what if you forgot about it? And he's just like, "Holy shit, I'm rich."
So this painting is worth less than the other one, and this one is like a really nice painted woman. You could tell someone took a lot of time on it.
That's pretty.
Yeah, I would pay money for that. I mean, I wouldn't pay $65 million for that, but the other one, which is $67 million, it was literally just squares on a piece of paper. I guess because I guess you have to take into account the time that it was painted, I guess, but it was painted in 1916, so it's like it was the 1900s, you know, like.
Oh, so that's not modern art. That dude was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, I get maybe that's why it's so expensive.
Light years ahead.
Can you imagine like showing that painting as like a painter of like just squares to someone and being like, "It is my masterpiece," and they're just like, "It's squares," and he's like, "Exactly," you know, like.
You just don't understand
Yeah.
the epicness of these squares.
And so he just convinced everyone that it was a masterpiece, so they just told everyone, you know, I think that's how that works with super. I don't know, man. Super metallist, I guess that's what it's called. Composition.
Yeah. Here's art that this I don't even know how much it's going for, but this is better. I like this a lot more than both of those. This is a cool painting.
An astronaut and a native, what looks to be like a Native American or something.
An astronaut and an alien.
Is that an alien?
Yeah, he landed on their planet. Like,
Looks like
Yeah.
a guy wearing a helmet.
That is a pretty cool picture.
That is cool. I saw Interstellar for the first time last night. I liked it.
Fantastic movie.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for a Blu-ray on
Yeah.
Amazon.
It's hard to explain what happens in that movie.
Yeah, it's a thriller, and I did not expect a thriller. I expected like a drama, but there was parts where I was like, I wanted to skip, 30 minutes into the movie and just see what was going on, you know?
What the f is going on, man?
Yeah. It's
So
like,
I
yeah.
know-
gravity
Yeah.
aliens, what's going on here?
Right?
But it was cool. It's still a trippy movie, man. Like even at the end, I still had to like sit there for like it was one of those movies that you sit through the credits and you just stare at the screen, going, "What did I just see?"
What happened here?
Yeah, it was good though.
It was very good.
Kelly, I know you understand this. I don't know if Spencer will, but I just thought this picture was funny. I saw on Reddit the other day.
Take time to be a dad today.
I don't understand it.
That's funny. It's a picture of Fire Lord Ozai. Oh, no, not Ozai. Is it
Ozai.
Ozai?
Yeah,
Okay,
Ozai.
Fire Lord Ozai standing over Prince Zuko before he burned his face horribly in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've never seen Avatar: The Last Airbender before.
Well, the idea is take time to be a dad today, right before he horribly scarred his son's face.
It's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
I was watching your guys' Sub Sunday last week, and I heard you guys talking about how you guys met your best friends or whatever, and I thought about it, and I actually have a funny story on how I met my best friend. If you guys want to hear it.
Sure.
It's not a long story, but I've known my friend since preschool, so we've known each other for 20 years now, and still talk to each other almost every day. And I got into a fight with this kid in elementary school named Michael DeLuca, and Michael was a lot shorter than me, but he had a lot of friends in elementary school, and I didn't have that many friends, and so all of his friends beat me up. So my friend, who wasn't even like, we knew each other, but we weren't like close friends. I go into the bathroom, and Michael DeLuca follows me into the bathroom, for whatever reason. And then my friend comes in, and I didn't know him that well at the time, but he looks at me, looks at Michael DeLuca, proceeds to pull out his penis and then piss all over the wall, and then runs out of the bathroom and goes up to our teacher and goes, "Michael DeLuca peed all over the wall, man, blah blah blah." And then Michael DeLuca gets in trouble, and then he turns around and he's like, "I got you." And that was it. We were friends ever since, dude. He peed on the wall for me, so that's how we became friends.
That's actually pretty funny.
That's true friendship right there,
So, me and my kids have been watching the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series. Started back in 2012. It's on Nickelodeon, and they just introduced Bebop and Rocksteady. And if anybody remembers from the old 80 TV shows, Bebop and Rocksteady personalities were interchangeable. They were powerhouses. They used their strength. They attacked, all that stuff. But they were exactly the same characters. You could have swapped the voice actors, same exact characters. Well, they've made a huge change in it. Because instead of them just being the mutated Rhino and Warthog, they actually are humans that were mutated, spliced with Warthog and Rhino DNA.
Huh.
So you have Spachenko, or not Spachenko, I can't remember his name, but he's a Russian guy that the Shredder dealt with, used to deal financially with, buy black market stuff from, or sell. And then a thief named Zever, or not Zever.
Steranko, Ivan Steranko.
Ivan Steranko and Zevs? I can't remember his name. Bebop. 2012. They were Zek. That's his name. Antoine Zek. And he's a thief. And and then they gave them each their own individual powers too. Like Bebop can cloak, because Zek had his own cloaking abilities for his thief outfit, and he has like blasters attached to his hands and his hip because he dances a lot, and he can glide around on these energy beams and stuff like that. It's pretty cool, and he has a mohawk, of course. And of course, Rocksteady is powerhouse, strength, uses his Rhino abilities. And I watched. Huh? What?
I'm sorry. Keep going.
So I watched the episode that included them, and they were hunting down Karai, because Karai got mutated. And if you don't know who Karai is, spoiler alert, haha. Karai is Splinter's genetic daughter, because Splinter is Hamato Yoshi, and Orokosaki, which is Shredder, kidnapped and raised Karai as his own. So Shredder has this shit. It really is. So Shredder has this whole thing of this is my daughter, I raised her, and Splinter is kind of jaded because he's ashamed of what he is, and he doesn't venture out of the lair very much. And
did he go silent for you two?
I think he's talking to someone.
Okay.
Yes, Kelly?
Nothing. Nobody. I forgot what I was saying. Anyways, it's all really like a big fight of the family stuff, and Shredder's trying to get Karai back to try to mutate her back into a human. So it's actually really good. Nickelodeon did a fantastic job with this new series. So
I haven't seen a Nickelodeon show in I don't even know. I mean I guess because I don't have cable, you know. But I think man, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I was always a Cartoon Network kid, you know. I was always like Tom and Jerry, and like I like the classic cartoons.
I never
Roadrunner.
really liked Tom and Jerry.
I
You
hear
never
you.
liked Tom and Jerry?
No, I didn't. They had one idea and they used it over and over and over, and I didn't like the first idea, and I sure as hell didn't like it the 27th time I saw it.
Have you guys seen? Speaking of like old cartoons, have you guys seen the rules of Roadrunner? That the guy who wrote Roadrunner, his name was Chuck Jones, and he had rules on how you can make Roadrunner cartoons. Have you guys seen those?
No, I haven't seen those yet.
I can link them for you and I'll read them out. But it's pretty interesting, like how and when you I don't know if you remember Roadrunner, but they he said rule one: the Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. No outside force can harm the coyote. Only his own ineptitude or the failure of Acme products. The coyote could stop any time if he were not a fanatic, and then he describes what a fanatic is. No dialogue ever except for beep beep.
Beep, beep. A fanatic is one who redoubles his efforts when he has forgotten his aim. George Santana?
Yep.
Okay.
The Roadrunner must stay on the road, otherwise, logically, he would not be called a Roadrunner. All action must be confined to the natural environment of the two characters, the Southwest American desert. All materials, tools, weapons, or mechanical conveniences must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. And whenever possible, make gravity the coyote's greatest enemy.
That one belongs in Dark Souls right there. that rule, Dark Souls. Gravity is your worst enemy in that game.
And rule number 9, and the final rule: the coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures.
And if you look at the bottom, there's a drawing of the coyote running.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
it's cool.
I've always been interested in animation, and that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool that he had like a set, like before he even started making the cartoons, he had a set guideline on how each episode was basically going to play out, you know? And it became a classic.
That's cool. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and bring up one last subject, and we're going to call it an evening.
Okay.
So, anybody got one last thing to talk about?
Did we go through all the topics?
For the most part.
Yeah, we did. Have you seen anything of Overwatch, Kelly? Are you interested in Overwatch at all?
No, I don't even know what it is.
It's Blizzard's new first-person shooter.
Yeah, probably not. It's like Battlefield Hardline's coming out, and everybody's like, "You gonna get Battlefield Hardline? You gonna get Battlefield Hardline?" And I'm kind of like, if you want to donate towards it, I'll buy it. But if I unless I get a donation for it, I can't afford it.
I bought it on Thursday, and I have it installed, and I'm ready to go Monday night.
And if I get it, I'll get it for the PS4.
Nice peasant.
Play games with Jordy.
Is there anything that would ever
Jordy,
make
other
you buy
peasants.
an Xbox One? Anything?
If somebody donate the money for it.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
it.
an Xbox One, and I bought it for Halo, and I haven't played it since Master Chief Collection doesn't work.
Hey, well, it works now, just so you know. But I did see this right now. I saw. I don't know if you guys watch YouTuber named Angry Joe, but he does like reviews and stuff like that. But he did his setup, like he showed his setup, and in it he has this computer, and it looks like the sickest computer I think I've ever seen. It's called the Alienware Area 51. I'm not a big fan of Alienware because I think they cost too much money, but just the way this computer is built and set up, it looks super customizable, and the prices range from $1,700 to $5,400 for the
I'll take the case, and that's about it.
the case is cool, huh?
Yeah, that's about it. For what they want, no, I can build a better computer for like a third of the price. Look at this. They want 8.1, 16 gigs, a fourth generation i7, and a dual NVIDIA 970. And I'm
Yeah.
sitting here going, they want like 3,500 for it, more or less. I'm like, I almost have that. The only
Yeah,
thing I don't have is the second. Actually, you almost have that, Jordan.
yeah, I have. What was the other? What was the RAM they had?
16 gigs. All you need is 16 gigs, and you already have that.
Yeah, and then I would have paid around 1,300 total.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy.
50.
that's insane. That is not worth the money.
If I was to get one of them, it would be the one with the Titan graphics card in them. But like the only thing that I think is cool is the case, honestly. Like the way they have it built and how it's just you slide something in the slot and then you're done, you know. And it's cool because the way that you take it apart is you just undo one screw and then the case just opens up for you. It's kind of cool.
So you
That
want to talk about
the
the
case is pretty amazing, but honestly, I wouldn't pay the money for it.
Project Christine, Razer's modular PC, where you literally just you buy a different modular and you slide it into your PC. Like you buy a graphics card mod and you just put it in.
Yeah.
I don't know how popular this will be.
We could talk
No.
about the new. I don't know if you guys have already talked about it or not, but the new NVIDIA Shield that's coming out.
Yeah, I saw that, and is that the one that goes over Wi-Fi to stream games from your PC to the tablet?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can stream in like 4K and stuff like that.
I saw the demo of that, and it was so laggy. It was literally the guy was playing a shooter, and he held down the trigger. I think it was like 2 seconds later the guy started shooting on the screen.
Yeah, but you gotta be fair. That's just a demo. You know what I mean? Like,
No, but I mean, this has been like even the released one now. Like every single one, every cloud-based, almost pretty much every cloud-based streaming site is laggy for
yeah,
gaming. Like you don't notice it with Netflix because you know how you're gonna notice lag on a video that you're not putting input into.
it's true.
That is very true.
Eventually, though.
They'll get
Yeah,
it
eventually they'll
sorted
get it
out.
eventually.
Once they get the server farm up that they're talking about building, it'll start working better. But honestly, to me, it's kind of like I don't want a game on a tablet.
Yeah.
I'm happy with my PC and you know my peasantries.
Yeah, I'm happy with my PC. I'm happy with PlayStation. Not happy with the Xbox, but
We could talk about which virtual reality headset you're most excited about, since there's 10 of
The
them.
first one that comes out with porno.
So all of them.
The first one that comes out with a fully interactive porno simulator. I'm all about it. 'Cause
You're gonna
that's
be-
the one that's gonna win.
We're gonna be walking in, and Kelly's gonna be streaming and not knowing. He's just. Okay.
Oh no. I'm gonna get the whole like bump simulator thing, so that way when I can move my hip and all that.
A chair that like vibrates real nice, you know.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way to do it. No.
It'll happen. No, that will definitely happen for
Oh,
sure.
it already has.
I'm pretty sure it already is on the Oculus Rift because Oculus Rift is in open development. You could put whatever you want on that.
Yeah, it's already happened.
But I'm
We're-
looking forward to the Vive, the Valve one, because apparently from everybody who's used it, it was miles above Project Morpheus and Oculus Rift.
Really.
Yeah.
But I think honestly, the person who's gonna, or the company that'll win the virtual reality, game that's going on right now, where everyone's coming out with a virtual reality, I think that is probably gonna be the one that comes out first. That because everyone's gonna buy that one and think, why do I need another one? You know?
I don't think anybody will buy. Whoever comes out first, I don't think anybody will buy it.
Really?
Yeah, because I think they want to see what it is first. Their weight, and it's going to be expensive. The first person who comes out, theirs is going to be so expensive.
I think the Oculus was priced at like, I think $299 when for the consumer product. So.
I think Valve's is the same.
There you go. This is the Oculus powered pornography. This
Wow.
is just one of them.
I mean, it looks evil because that guy doesn't have any pupils, but besides that, Yeah, but that's not realistic enough. Like, I want like an actual like video.
What the hell? What the hell is this crap? I went. This is creepy.
It looks like his thing isn't going anywhere. It's just like disappearing into her stomach.
It's a weird color too.
Interesting. The no the Microsoft's doing something kind of interesting. They're kind of taking a different route. You know, they're not doing virtual reality. They're doing augmented reality, where instead of
I'm more interested in that than virtual reality. I'd be interested in virtual reality when I lay down. I sit in my chair or I lay down and I'm actually in the world.
yeah, something about putting on a headset that blocks what's actually going on in your real world kind of freaks me out. You know, like I still want to know what's going on in my
No,
surroundings.
people are gonna have like the noise canceling headsets, the Oculus Rift. They're gonna be sitting and they're gonna be sitting on their couch playing a game, and they're gonna take it off and they've been robbed. Everything's gone, and they didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
The second video is pretty funny.
I skipped to 1 minute and 27 seconds of that video.
Let's see what else we got here. I love all the warnings at the beginning of it. You know.
Yeah, they don't even show anything.
What is this? Old people watching porn? Jesus!
On virtual reality.
This black woman's freaking out.
All the guys are loving it. None of the guys are freaking out. They're just like, I haven't seen this. They didn't have porn the same way we have porn. You know, like they had to like find porn. Like we just have porn. You know.
This black woman is great.
Creepy.
That is great. But apparently the Oculus, the Valve's headset is really light, and apparently the Oculus Rift is really face heavy. The one I used when I went to that game studio, it wasn't that heavy because we had our heads back because we did the roller coaster simulator, so you couldn't really tell weight because you were leaning back, and it was like, you know what I mean?
Smart. It's a good way to get the product out, you know. Don't show people how heavy it actually is. I mean, shit, dude. Sometimes, like, when I have my hat on and my headset, my neck starts to hurt a little bit, you know. I can only imagine.
Oh man. All right, so we're gonna end the show off. So with the VR, so the first company that comes out with the best porn simulator is gonna win. That's what it comes down to.
The one that partners with Fleshlight is the one that wins.
Yeah, probably.
Get your VR porn pack with a fleshlight now. Get your whole setup. All you got to do is just lean back and you put the thing on, and then it's connected to a pole down here, and just.
Yep.
Kids would have to start putting signs on their doors because there's no way they would be able to like hide that in time.
Yeah.
Like they hear their parents are like, oh, gotta take all this stuff off. Mom, don't come in. I'm taking off my rig.
Dude, I think, like, honestly, if VR comes out with a fleshlight, that might solve the hunger crisis, you know? Like, people will just stop reproducing. Like, I won't leave my house anymore. Why would I?
Oh, you said the hunger crisis. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
You know, like, we'll just stop reproducing because why would we? You know, like, I don't need to go outside. I could have sex with whoever I want right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, that leads into a whole nother group of conversations and arguments and discussions about the detachment of the human race, and then it comes down to how often do you look at your phone?
Enough.
Jordan, you've probably looked at your phone about 20 times in this entire show.
I got to look at something.
I look at the screen while I talk to you guys.
Yeah, I look at the screen too, but my girlfriend is a phone addict. She will not put it down. She cannot go a minute without it.
I lost my phone yesterday and I didn't even care.
Oh no.
Like I found it at 3 o'clock this morning. I was like, cool, plugged it in and went to sleep.
Oh God, Kelly, no. I tore apart the house.
I was like, is there anything important? No. Okay, I don't care.
No, you're like, is there anything important? Yes. Shit. All right, I'll deal with that tomorrow.
Exactly. Oh, anything important? It needs to be charged.
Yeah.
But no, I've been finding myself a lot less attached to my phone, and yeah, because I need to start conversing with people in real life.
I don't.
Not that you guys aren't in real life, but there's a difference between talking to my camera and this microphone to people that are in other states, hours and hours and hours away from me, to talking to a person who's physically in front of me.
Okay, I see you every other day. You're delivering bread every day to my store.
Anyways, so everybody, thank you guys for watching. If you have not hit that like button, if you've even made it this far, that's awesome. If not, then oh well. Please hit that like button. I'd greatly appreciate it, and we will check you later.
See ya.
Aish.
The hell is my mouse?